Hi everyone, thanks for joining me today as I do a setup of my daily planner on my Day Designer. And today, most of the inspiration was actually gotten from this sticker right here. I'm going to go ahead and just decorate a little bit with my midliner before I start adding all of these stickers, and I hope you guys enjoy the process. There is truly no reason to where I chose to put the flowers. I just wanted to scatter them, and these are like my little doodle flowers. Anyways, I would like to start with these really pretty metallic, purple metallic flowers, and I definitely want to put one here. Ooh, now that I see it, I'd like to add more on this side too. There is no rhyme or reason for this. I'm just doodling away. When it comes to my planning, I'm really quiet while I try to figure everything out. I'm not too talkative, so that's something that I need to probably work on. Briefly, let me go ahead and guide you guys through what I have scheduled in for today. My top 3 typically go in this section unless I cover it in stickers, but on this occasion I'm gonna focus on tidying up the living room, which is something I started yesterday and would like to finish today. And then I want to make sure the kitchen is nice and tidy too. And finally, I want to see if in the afternoon I can dedicate some time to finally cleaning up my desk area. Here are just subtasks that will help me go ahead and finish these. Laundry is a section I always like to leave just so I don't fall behind with it. I always want to do something every day, which makes everything so manageable because I'm working with small loads. So that helps. Here's what I want to do for the living room. Over here is mainly focused on the kitchen, and then the additional task for the desk. So as you can see, it all ties back to the top 3. This right here is just what I journal in. So in the beginning of the day, I like to ask myself, what is my intention for today? What I want to do and why I want to do it. So I just journal a little bit about that. And then finally, just to fill up the page, because I really like my pages to look really dense, I either journal a little more of whatever I'm thinking, or I write in texts from the books that I'm reading. Currently, I am not reading a book, but I decided to write in a Bible verse here. And then up here is just like little things that I want to remember as well. And that's about it. That's what my planner is looking like so far. And like most days, the first thing I started with was working. So this is kind of just a habit that I have. It works for me. I wake up and go directly over to my desk and start working. You can also see a view of how dirty my workspace was. So I just had this little section to move my mouse around and type what I needed to type. And every time I had to plan, I just picked up my keyboard and then planned in that same little section without cleaning what was around me. It just happens. No matter how much I'm always like, okay, I'm gonna keep it clean. Like, things just always seem to pile up. And you'll notice on this next scene that I have just a bunch of planner items, a bunch of paper, even some like baby toys. It just always happens, no matter how much I try. If I'm not mistaken, I think one of my first videos, which was one of my more popular videos, has me doing the exact same thing, like cleaning up all of the extra junk I had on my desk. But I definitely felt the difference after doing this. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of the documents that I took out, they have not been sorted out through yet, but I did separate them into another pile away from my desk where I can just get to them later. But it really does help just to have a neater space, and helps me be more motivated to work and to actually spend more time on what I have to do. After that, I went ahead and started cleaning the living room area. I had already started this the day before, so I was just trying to finish it up, doing a little bit of dusting and also mopping the floors. Those were just the last two things that I had to do. And for anyone who has toddlers, you know that having a clean floor is just like, oh my gosh, like it feels so good to not see any toys or any additional, books on the floor in our case. And this day I was working right behind my Roomba, or should I say Roborock. But as soon as I finished sweeping, we were tag teaming and I was going in there mopping. Now this may look messy, but I think this is pretty doable for most households. Like it looks messy, but there weren't really a lot of dishes to clean up. It was just sorting stuff out and putting things away. And I think that about covers it, Please forgive my poor little plant there in the middle. I left it out during a weekend that we were away from the house so it can still get some sunlight. And the poor thing was rummaged by birds and squirrels, and the roots were like uplifted by the time I came home. But I have faith that she will come back, so I'm treating her now back indoors, and let's see how it goes. Good morning, everyone. So it is actually the next day, and I wanted to bring you guys along because I haven't checked anything off from the day before, and that is definitely a rare occurrence. But I wanted you guys to go ahead and indulge with me as I check items off from things that were completed yesterday. So first off, let's go ahead and get started with those top three. Regarding the living room, that was actually completed. The kitchen, it was also cleaned out. And I did rearrange and clean out my desk. So I'm so happy that all those three main things got done. I did not finish logging in yesterday's expenses, so that's a task I'm going to go ahead and move over here. Laundry, I did fold and store the baby's clothing. I did wash and dry work clothes. I put the cushions back on, and I prepared the loads for today. I cleaned out the TV stand, put away the baby's loose toys. I swept and mopped the living room, and I arranged the living room sofas. Put away the dishes that babe washed. Oh, I did not rinse out the tub. I did throw out the old food that was in the fridge. I did take out trash from the kitchen. I washed the dirty dishes. And I separated the planners. I separated the loose documents, but I didn't go through them. I think this is going to be a task that I'm just going to go ahead and pass on to whenever I have free time. And I did not organize the cables, but since the top already looks pretty, I'm not too concerned with the cables. So, that is so satisfying. So that covers this portion of the planning. I'm just going to go ahead and move on the outstanding tasks and onto today's page. I hope you guys enjoyed this productive plan with me, and I can't wait to see what we get done in the next one.